So hey students, welcome to NCERT Solutions by Vedantu for class 11th and 12th, where we provide you solutions for all the questions, for all the chapters, for all the subjects which is given your syllabus. Right, so this is Basavaraj. I'll be your biology master teacher, where we will be solving a question from the plant kingdom. So we have a question today. The question is both gymnosperms, right, both gymnosperms and angiosperms bear seeds, right? So both gymnosperms as well as angiosperms has seeds. उनके पास seeds होते हैं, पर then why are they classified separately? Why do we separately classify gymnosperms और angiosperms को अलग क्यों रखते हैं हम? So what could be the reason? The reason here is the anatomy of the seed, right? Anatomy of seed. Now let's quickly understand. So as I was mentioning, gymnosperms and angiosperms, both gymnosperms as well as your angiosperms, right? Gymnosperms as well as your flowering plants, that is your angiosperms, has what? They bear seed. They bear seeds, but they're classified separately. They're what? Classified separately, right? They're classified separately. We know that we know that they're classified separately. Why? Because of the anatomy of the seed. How is the seed there? So in the case of your gymnosperms, right, in the case of your gymnosperms, well, I'll just write it down. And angiosperms, seeds are little different. So what could be the different feature? The different feature I'm talking about here is, in the case of your gymnosperms, the seeds are naked. The seeds are what? Naked. What do I mean by naked? The seed does not have a covering outside it known as the fruit. The seed does not have a covering known as fruit. While in your angiosperms, the seeds are covered. They're covered by what? They're covered by fruit. So we have eaten mango. Mango, we know the mango seed, right? Mango fruit we know. So mango fruit, right? Mango fruit, inside we have the seed, right? Inside we have the seed. The outside, it's covered by the fruit, right? The seed has a covering. In the case of your angiosperms, the seeds are covered, while in the case of your gymnosperms, the seeds are naked. That is, they do not have an external covering over it. So that is the major difference between the gymnosperms and angiosperms. That is whether the seeds are going to be covered or the seeds are going to be not covered. Now that's just the basics. Now let's get into little more technical. So in the case of your gymnosperm, right? In the case of your gymnosperms, let me note down the technicality, because in your NEET examination or the board examination, you cannot just write the seed with the naked seed is covered. So you need to write technicality also. So what is the technicality I'm talking about here is, in the case of your gymnosperms, you have the microsporophylls. Right? Microsporophylls, and you have megasporophylls. Microsporophylls as well as the megasporophylls. The microsporophylls in the case of your gymnosperm, listen very carefully. In the case of your gymnosperms, the microsporophylls are not differentiated. They are not differentiated into anther or filament. They are not differentiated into anther or filament. Right? The microsporophyll is not differentiated into anther or filament in the case of your gymnosperm. Now the megasporophyll. The megasporophyll is again not differentiated into stigma, style and ovary. They are not differentiated into stigma, style and ovary. Now if there is no differentiation of ovary, right, if there is no differentiation of ovary, so there is, we can also say, no ovary after fertilization. No ovary after fertilization. If there is no ovary, there is no fruit. If there is no ovary, no fruit, hence the seeds are naked here. Hence the seeds are naked. Now one more important point about gymnosperm here is, the endosperm. The endosperm which is produced here is haploid. Is what? Haploid. Clear? The endosperm which is present here is haploid in nature. Endosperm in the case of your angiosperms is triploid. It is triploid there. So megasporophyll, microsporophyll is not differentiated into anther or filament. Megasporophyll is not differentiated into stigma, stellar ovary. If there is no differentiation of ovary, there won't be any fruit. If there is no fruit, the seeds are naked. The naked seeds. The seeds are what? Naked here. The seeds are naked here in the case of your gymnosperms. Now what about angiosperms? What about the flowering plants? The angiosperms, right? The angiosperms. Angiosperms has a structure known as flower. In the flower we have here also the microsporophylls, and megasporophylls, right? Micro as well as megasporophylls. The microsporophyll is differentiated into anther and filament. The megasporophyll is differentiated into ovary, style, and stigma. So we have ovary here. Now this ovary after fertilization forms what? The ovary forms the fruit. And we have inside the ovary we have the ovules which form the seed. So the seeds are now covered. The seeds are now covered by the fruit. The seed is now covered by fruit. That is the major difference. The other difference was the endosperm here is the endosperm. The endosperm is triploid. Triploid endosperm as a result of triple fusion. So that is the major difference between gymnosperm as well as angiosperm based on the seed. Anatomy of seed, if the seeds are naked or if the seeds are covered. So I hope you like the video. If you like the video and also subscribe to the channel if you do not want to miss any of the content on this channel. So we are here to solve all the questions. If you have any additional doubt, comment down the doubt. I'll personally answer or address the doubt. So until next time.